it.
Howdy, howdy. How is everyone doing? I hope that I'm alive. And let me turn this speaker. There we have some audio. I'm way out of center here. Hey, there are some new terms of use updates on Walmart Spark. Have y'all read them? Have you got the email on them? Maybe y'all got them way before I did, but I just got them. Go ahead and turn this phone down so we don't get disturbed. Anyway, y'all check this out and see what y'all think. Now, this is a regular terms of service, but I'm going to stop it here in a minute when we get down to something because it's not really something new. But I was reading on a Facebook group the other day, and they were talking about the passengers. Now, I realize that some Walmarts won't let you have passengers anymore because of the three uh, orders that you can pick up, but y'all read that right there. Now, their argument was they said that nobody should be riding with a delivery driver, but in the Spark terms of use, you can have a passenger, but they are not supposed to have anything to do with that order. They are supposed to just be a rider, and of course, you can't do rideshare. How you doing, National Womble Pork Chop? Miss Womble, how are you? I'm glad to see you, got the the technicalities worked out from last week. How you doing, Lisa? Hope all is well with everyone. But, these people on some of these groups, Reddit too, but this was a Facebook group, but they were saying that, "Oh, you can't have passengers." The thing is, yeah, according to it's right here, according to Walmart Spark, you can. However, it's kinda like a real W-2 job. If they get it out for you and they want you gone, you, you're gonna get gone. Each Walmart has their own policies, which is something further down in the terms of use that's new. At least it's new to me because I hadn't seen it. Let me click play because I I kinda did a screenshot of this and was scrolling with my finger so it might jump, but I sped up and, you can probably see a little deal. But the use of your use of the Spark app is limited to you only. You agree to blah, blah, blah. This, I think, is new. I may be wrong, but, may be new. I hadn't noticed it before, but comply if Walmart adds additional forms of account credentials or comply if Walmart adds additional forms of account credentials or authentication factors. Should Walmart do so, you agree to additionally safeguard these additional credentials and authentication factors and not share them with anyone, blah, blah, blah. But I believe that is new. It was something else I kind of highlighted. Um, and right here, this is new. Uh, what happened? Oh, what happened? Where'd it go? Hold on. Let me back up just a little. Wait, there we go. Yeah, stop. Identification verification. You agree to show your unexpired valid driver's license. Now, I was reading on a Reddit earlier, and I didn't comment because I didn't have time to go back and make sure that I read it right. But they're saying that what some people are getting out of this new update is all that Walmart employees, the loaders, have to do is just ask you. But right here in the terms of use, they can ask you for your driver's license. It's not just asking, "Is your name so and so?" And they just put, "Okay, you agree, you sign." That's not true. However, what I was saying a while ago, each Walmart can make up their own rules because Walmart is Spark and Spark is Walmart, but they're not exactly the same. Spark is kind of a contractor to Walmart, so each Walmart can do their own thing. It's just like we have one Walmart here that will not give you a load if order if it has 3 drops and you have a passenger. They refuse to. They will not let you load it. That's their right. And if you want to argue, what I was saying a while ago, if you want to argue about it as just like a real regular job, they'll get rid of you because Walmart can blacklist you just like that. All it takes is for a loader to report you. That's all it takes. So be nice to your loaders because if you tick off the wrong ones, they can just report you for whatever, and they will blacklist you from that Walmart. I have seen it done. I have had it done because a loader misinterpreted what I'd said. I had to go get it straightened out the next day. I didn't even know. How you doing, Michigan? Michigan girl, Michigan. How you doing, girl? That's easier. The policy should be and the same across the board. Well, that's the whole thing is Walmart is different. Walmart kinda goes by this, but we just read like on passengers, you can have a passenger by law by not by law, but by Spark, but an individual Walmart can say no. I didn't really think they could, but after doing some checking, and I should have got some documentation, but, each Walmart can do their own. There might be some I think there is something now that I remember. I did this earlier today, and I went out and was sparking. I did like 4 orders, pouring down rain. I was kinda going between the rainstorms and still wound up, getting soaking wet. But anyway, Walmart has the right to check your driver's license, and I so hope they do. I think everybody should have their ch if you go to that Walmart all the time and it's the same loader, they don't have to check your ID every time. I get that, but if they see a new face and they don't know that driver, they have the right to check the ID, and right here, it's in the terms of use now, which I'm glad they put that in there because there was a lot of people on Reddit here about 2 months ago when they started talking about this because I believe some places are starting to do that already, but, they have it here. Uh, on your shopping service, you agree to follow the in-app guidelines for shopping and delivering services, including steps necessary to fast check out audits, which means a cart check. I've read people having fits about that because they don't wanna take a moment. They wanna go, 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 and I get that, but they have the right to check um, the app against your items. I actually had one last week, I believe it was last week. First time out of 4 years, 3.5 years, 3, 4 years, what I don't even really know. Um, First time it's happened, I had an item that was not on the order, but what it was is there was the UPC code, right? But there was another one on there, and I think that's what happens. They read that one. I went ahead and called the driver's report and talked to tier 2 to have them put it in the notes what the deal was. She sent me an email. I had to take a picture of the product and attach it and send the email back to her. CYA, because you don't want if you're doing this for your primary income, you don't wanna lose it. And I sure don't wanna lose it. That's a check for sure. Yeah, 100%. And those I figure those that were griping on Reddit about that are probably the ones that are running multiple accounts or not even none of them's even in their name. and that's what I'm totally against. I'm not against I don't care where they're from. It makes me no difference. If they're running a legal account, go for it. I don't care if a husband or wife's doing it. You know, your passenger is not supposed to have and I had somebody ask me, uh, they said, "Well, what if they're, uh, riding" because it was a lady, "What if her husband's riding with her and not, for safety reasons?" And I said, "You're not supposed to have them touch anything. Technically, they're supposed to stay in the car, but unless something gets reported, I don't think I would sweat it, you know? Just as long as you're acting right and doing right, I don't think you got anything to worry about, but it is in there that they're not supposed to do anything. But anyway, they can check on your shopping orders. Same thing as the curbside. They can check your IDs and they can do cart checks. It's all in there. There's 2 other things that, I noticed, these previous ones. The passenger one has been in there. It's been in there ever since I started working for them or working with them, I guess we should say, since we are not employees. Oh, yeah, here's one, and this has been in here, but there's been some concerns. I've heard people talking about carrying firearms. You can carry a firearm. You can, absolutely. Don't if you are legally if you're legal to carry a firearm, but don't leave it sitting out, because if a spark driver sees it, they can report that, and it says right there, "You agree that you will not unlawfully carry a firearm and will not make visible to others any lawfully carried firearms while performing service." In other words, I'm licensed to carry. In Texas, you don't even have to have a license anymore, but I'm had my permit for quite some time. I can wear it on my hip just like an old cowboy, but you can't get out and start doing spark deliveries and walking up to people's front porch carrying a 45 on your side. It's that's not cool, you know? So I get that, but, you can't have it out. You can carry a firearm, though, if you're lawful. How you doing, Tim? Hope everything is good. Y'all may be getting some rain up that way. I think it rained all day today. Rained pretty good. I had to come home and get out of my wet clothes and put on some dry ones. I think there was one more thing on here that had noticed that was new. Uh, Wait a minute. You are further required to keep up-to-date documentation on the file with Walmart, such as, but not limited to, a copy of your valid driver's license. I don't really think that's new, but it was something to point out because people, um, with the, checking the IDs, since they can legally do that, and it is now in the terms of service, somebody can't say, "Well, I don't have my driver's license with me." Right here. It says, "You have to keep it on file, and, you have to have a copy of your valid driver's license issued by the state and proof of insurance, vehicle information, and correct active account information for receipt of earnings. And if at any time you fail to meet maintaining eligibility requirements, or your criminal history or motor vehicle moving violation record changes, rendering you ineligible to use the Spark app." I have heard people getting deactivated or getting a speeding ticket while they was on a delivery. I have heard of that. I don't know. I've just heard of it. When I got my speeding ticket, technically, maybe I ought to just shut up. I didn't have a Spark order. Let's go with that. Actually, I don't even know. I think I was just going to Walmart to, log in on Spark. I don't think I'm pretty sure I wasn't even on the Spark app yet or signed in. We're gonna go with that, okay? But yeah, anyway, I think that was it, but the emails wasn't real clear on this stuff, so I kinda wanted to point that out, and a lot of people's been fussing about the passengers because some of the Walmarts are starting to say, "You cannot pick up that order if we can't put that 3rd order in the front seat." I don't like them putting it in the front seat. 90% of the time, I have crap in my front seat, and I'm not going to move it. Monitoring here's another one, wait a minute, let me stop that, stop. Walmart will have okay. Walmart will have this is new, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. Walmart will have the right, but not obligation, in our sole discretion to monitor, evaluate, and analyze content and a any use of and access to the Spark app, including to determine the compliance of these terms of use and or operating rules that may be established by Walmart from time to time. Right there, it tells you Walmart can set their own rules. However, what I thought about this one is a while back, a few months ago, they were fussing about it on Reddit, and they were saying, "I ain't giving my phone to the loader for them to check." Well, guess what? You're not being compliant if you don't because they can. Right there it is. At their sole discretion, monitor, evaluate, and analyze content and on the Spark app. Well, they can just say, "Give me your phone. I'm checking it." And you can't do a thing about it. I don't I don't disagree with it. I mean, I understand some people don't want their phones being handled by strangers or other people. I kinda get that, but, you know, if you want a spark, you're going to abide, because if you don't, that Walmart can blacklist you, and this even in the Spark, uh, terms of use, it's in there now. So they can take your phone and look at it if they wanted to. I think most people don't have to worry about that, but I'm really, really, really hoping that they start doing the ID checks because it is in the terms of use now that they can do it. Like I said, I don't see like me, I'm at our Walmarts every day, the same Walmart. I go between 2 of them. Today, I went to the 3rd one, which I haven't been over in a while. They added on a whole part of the building for just curbside or just this Spark stuff, or curbside, not just Spark, but for customers too. They built on a whole section of the building. I asked the boy, I said, "When did they do that?" He goes, "Oh, right after first of the year." And now I realize this is just March, but I haven't even been by there. But anyway, um, if they don't know you, then they have the right, and if it's a new loader, if you go to that same Walmart every day and they hire a new loader, technically speaking, that new loader is obligated because he don't know you or she don't know you, either way. You don't have female loaders? I just thought about that. I have not seen a female loader at any 3 of our Walmarts. Now the bosses are, what do they call them, coaches or whatever, team leader, I forgot what they call it now. Now I've seen females on that, and they've come out helping the loaders. Yeah, they do have female loaders. My son's ex-girlfriend was a female, and she was a loader at, one of the Walmarts. Just 90% of the loaders are all male that I'm just thinking about that. I guess I don't pay any attention. But anyway, um, that's what I wanted to kinda talk about or put out there, and I wanted to put it at the very first because I realized some people watch the replay, and they don't wanna watch 30 minutes before we talk about what was the title or whatever. So I've tried to put that at the very front. So now if it's somebody new and they don't wanna hang out and watch the rest of the replay, thanks for watching. Bye. Because the rest of it, we're just gonna shoot the bull and see what y'all think about these new, terms of use. Oh. What do y'all think? I think that was it. Alright, let me roll it to the end because it's not going fast. I think I went up to 8 times the speed here in just a second. I just wanna make sure that I'm pretty sure that was the last thing. Now I know, and you can tell by scrolling through it, the terms of use used to be that long, now it's like that long. They added a bunch of stuff. See, I had to do all that this morning. And that is the way the cookie crumbled. Isn't that what was Jim Carrey? Anyway, so all the mumbo jumbo and technicalities and rules and all that, what do y'all think about those? Well, Walmart insurance is going to cover any damage that could happen to our phones when that loader drops it. Um, the insurance in the terms of use is talking about the vehicle, so I doubt it. But it's right there in the terms of use. They can, it doesn't say exactly that they can take your phone, but they can analyze it. And how are they gonna analyze your Spark app unless they do take the phone? So, I don't know. I don't Most of these kids have been well, of course, my grandson has broke my mom's phone several times, but, well, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna be a big issue there unless you try to make it an issue, and you know there's some people out there that's gonna try to make it an issue, but I don't look the normal average smart driver, I don't think has to really worry about that. What I'm hoping that some illegal account holders worry about is their IDs checked because I would so wish they'd check IDs. Until they know who you are, and if it's a like I said, if it's a new loader, I ain't got a problem giving them my ID. Loaders that have been there, if I have to give them the ID every single time, that that's kind of a big deal, but most people won't have to worry about that. Why am I Oh, okay. I've seen I've seen a lot of female loaders. Huh, we did now Kayla, that was my son's ex-girlfriend many years ago. She was the loader over there, and there was a couple more, but I haven't gone to that Walmart except for today, and, it's kinda funny, the loader that did load me, he looked at me, and goes, "Where have you been?" He said, "I haven't seen you in a minute." So they recognize and they know you when you go all the time. They may not know you by name, but they know who you are. Beware everyone, Miss Wumble has her own account and is joining everyone's channels. Cool. The more the merrier. No worries here. Yeah. I think most people are not gonna have an issue with them checking IDs, and if they say, "Let me see your phone," I don't like it, but I'm not gonna argue over it, especially now because it is the terms of use, and like I said, each Walmart can make up their own rules as they go, as they see fit. But what happened I don't know if I shared this before or not, but from what one of the loaders at one of the Walmarts told me, the loader a loader that worked at that Walmart where he did, his mother drives for Spark. She went over to the other Walmart to pick up an order, and he was not working that day, so he was just riding with her, and somebody at that other Walmart, a loader over there, got a little belligerent with the mother, and that boy didn't like that somebody talking to his mom like that, which I don't blame him. They wound up exchanging words. They got out of the car and they exchanged some more words, and then they exchanged some blows. They started having a big fist fight out there in the parking lot. Both of them are Walmart employees, one of them is on the clock, one of them is not. They both got terminated. I don't agree with that, but I don't know the whole story. You always hear one side or a mixed up po uh, part of the story, but you never know, really. But anyway, that's what started the, um, no extra riders, and they're going to enforce putting that 3rd order in the front seat. There are 2 Walmarts, they don't enforce it. Some of them start to put it in my front, and I said, "Well, I got a tote right there." "Oh, you want me to put it in that tote?" And "Yeah, yeah." And I figure what I'm gonna do, and I haven't had to do it yet, if they ever do, I tell you what, you just go ahead and mark it and just set it right there, and I'll take care of it." And most time I do that anyway. I'll let them load the truck because usually it's just 1 loader comes out, sometimes 2 loaders, but usually it's just 1 loader, and I'll go ahead and get the back seat stuff on one side and let the other one get the other side. That way is they not they s they didn't put it in the trunk back seat. The driver put it in the back seat because I don't wanna get them in trouble, you know? But anyway, that's the way the new terms of use reads, it's not, um, that they're going to be like I Reddit was saying, that's the problem. A lot of people probably just read the email, and then they heard somebody else say something that they're just gonna ask the people for their name and address to verify that that matches the account. You can tell them anything you want to, but that's not what it says. It says they're gonna check IDs, you know? So, because anybody could say they live at 1234 Main Street, you know, and my name is Fernando or whatever. No worries here. I would get fired with no problem if I was defending absolutely. No, that's what I told the one loader, and he said it kinda sucked because they fired the other employee even though they found out the whole story. They said it was, unprofessional and I don't know what all, but that's one thing bad about not hearing real good. You get bits and pieces when somebody talks slow, and, you get it, but then they kinda mumble other things, you're like, "Okay." Just smile, I get it. Mhm, mhm, mhm. But yeah, anyway, so basically, each Walmart has their own rules. They can, fire you just or blacklist you just like a job can fire you. The and I don't know about other states, but Texas is an at-will state. They don't have to have a reason. Even the state of Texas does not have to have a reason. They can fire you on the spot. Some places have to give you, like, 3 write-ups and stuff like that, but, not here. I looked into all that when I got back from the state here. I didn't do anything wrong. I was put on what they call it, light workman's comp. So I couldn't work, and then they wouldn't give me light duty. I ran out of time because they wouldn't let me work because I could have worked light duty, but doctor wouldn't release me, and that's not really fair, but that's the way it went, and it worked out because 'cause I'm much happier now a few years later and, make more money than I made at the state. Of course, I work twice as many hours, but it's doing stuff I like. It's not just doing the gig apps, not no more. If you enjoy what you're doing, it's worth working twice the hours, in my opinion. I didn't the state wasn't a stressful job, though. When I worked at Blue Cross and Blue Shield, that was a stressful job mentally, not physically, but mentally. State hospital, it's kinda like to me, I kinda compared it to like a fireman or a fire person. Uh, The majority of the time, you're sitting around, you ain't doing nothing. But when, poop hits the fan, it hits the fan hard. That's the way it is out of state, everything sit around, watch TV, go play pool, go downstairs to the game room, play pool, whatever, take them to the movie theater, it's on the grounds out there, gravy, babysitter job. But when they start to get in a fight, that's when, you have to intervene. Anyway, yeah. So, Walmart has the authority to make their own rules, and they can blacklist you. They can't fire you, they can't deactivate you from the Spark app, so you can still Spark at the other Walmarts, but they can blacklist you from that Walmart. So, I would try to maintain some kind of good, working relationship with all of them when possible. There might be some circumstances where it's not, and if that's the case, then it ain't gonna be no big deal. So what do y'all think about that? Them I know, Tim, you said, talking about the phone, so obviously you don't like the idea of them getting your phone. I don't really either, but, you know, you know the loaders too, at your Walmarts. You've done it long enough. You know the odds are they probably are not going to take your phone, but they have the authority to do it now, and it's in the policy. So, yeah. And anybody's got anything to add to that? I look kinda red, don't I? Excuse me, I gotta get a drink. I went all day without anything to drink. Well, I had a delivery that was over by my mother's, and it was fixing to rain on her side of town, and I was gonna go by. I had a couple of packages there, and I was gonna go by and pick them up and then head back over to this side of town. I didn't make it. So, anyway, I wound up staying over there and drank a Diet Mountain Dew. That it's okay. But I did get 2 grilled cheese sandwiches out of it. Thanks, mom, if you're watching. That was good. I wouldn't care if they looked at my phone as long as they stood next to me and looked at it. Not well oh, yeah, yeah. I don't think they would do that because there's too many other things on your phone that they could just start getting nosy with, and they can't look at anything else. They can only look at that Spark app, you know? So, yeah, I wouldn't let them walk away with my phone. But like I said, I really for most of us, I don't think that's gonna be an issue at all. Anyway, went by Chicken Express and got me a gallon of tea, so now I got something to drink. I still forgot to get water, I just realized that. I need a reminder. I need some Post-its. I used to have some Post-its, but ain't no telling where they're at. Post-it note here and here, and one up here. Maybe one of them I'll read. Yeah. Hmm. Anything exciting going on? I know, this is one thing that I do know went on in Colorado. I know some of y'all probably not into guns and all that, and we all have our own thoughts on them. But I think they passed Congress passed the bill to no longer have, assault rifles, you know? Somebody's got, ARs and stuff like that will no longer be allowed to have them in the state of Colorado. There was more states in there too that I didn't know either. Yeah, I don't get it. And you can and I'm not gonna get political on guns and all that, but so many people are uneducated on that. I had a deer rifle that was a semi-automatic, just like an AR-15. It's not brrr, and that's full automatic. Those are not legal, never have been legal. Well, maybe when they first came out, maybe, I don't know. That was way before my time. But I had a 270 deer rifle that had a clip on it. I coulda got a 30-round clip and put in that. It's not an assault rifle, it was a deer rifle. So you tell me what the difference is. That's why I have the biggest issues because there's a lot of people that are uneducated on firearms, and they think, "Oh, it's an assault rifle." You could do as much or more with that 270 because it's twice as powerful as that 220. The 223 caliber is all most of those are. Now you can't get a man, my mind went blank. Now you can get a 50 cal too, but most people not gonna be able to shoot a 50 cal full automatic or semi-automatic even. Um, anyway, yeah, so that's the only political stuff I keep up with. I don't really keep up with it. It just come up on my my news feed. It pops up all the time. I picked up a little Nikon Coolpix digital camera at a yard sale for for $15. It's old, but shoots great looking photos. It was over 300 brand new. I watched it wasn't a Coolpix. It's, David Manning put out well, I can't look at him because he's on my other channel. Anyway, he put out a what Nikon it wasn't Nikon, it wasn't Polaroid. Man, that's got me I wonder. David Manning. There he is. Videos. Um, Mr. Womble, when we was talking earlier, if you look up David Manning, he actually has a couple of videos on the Insta360, as you was talking about the DJI, but Fujifilm X100 VI. What is that? 6? V is 5, isn't it? Anyway, he was talking about he wanted to hate it because so many YouTubers are talking about it, and the TikTokers they made the sales skyrocket. And he's a professional photographer, and Fujifilm is generally not professional quality. But in his review of it, he was actually surprised how good it really was. But yeah, anyway, where we at? Oh, the Nikon Coolpix. I never had one. Um, you know, I had a well, my mom had the old Canon AE-1, the 35 millimeter, and I used it. And then I got another Canon when they first started coming out with the digital cameras, and I really didn't have anything since then until I got this EOS R, and now they're what an EOS R6 now. It's crazy. We have a good old time. I think I got whoa. Let me where we at? I think I got my one on sale hooked up, but not as good as you got. A great camera though. It hooked up. I'm losing track here. I wouldn't care if they look. Oh, okay. So I missed what happens if you're a husband and wife team trying to. I didn't see that a while ago. There was some people commenting on that, and that was the thing that uh, with this Walmart that here that says they have to have the front seat, it don't matter. They won't give you the order because uh, I know somebody that drives for Spark, and him and his girlfriend ride together, and they won't load them. They said nope, and they have to cancel the order. I don't agree with that, but because and then somebody else on a it was a fa I think it was Reddit. No, it was Facebook. It was a Facebook group, and they said, "But what if you both have accounts?" My thoughts on that is I don't agree with the whole not being able to have your husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever with you. I don't really agree with that. But if you look at the law or the terms of use of even though they are a Spark account holder, their name is not on that order. So technically, they shouldn't have anything get out, scan anything, shouldn't touch nothing. Uh, but that Walmart here is the only Walmart that says anything. So I just wouldn't go to if you have a Walmart that says that, just go to a different Walmart because they do have the authority to do that now because each Walmart can make up their own rules, right or wrong. But I like I like this bigger screen over here because and I like being over here, but then I'm way over here. Where am I? Way over here. I need to turn my monitor on. I could turn my monitor, couldn't I? I have no boss around here telling me I can't. I'm gonna wind up dumping the keyboard and the speaker. Oh, my speaker wire's not long enough. Oh, oh, it has a controller on the speaker wire and it's hung on the side of the desk, on the back of the desk. Okay, now I can see the screen a little better. I think got one. We had a good old time. July have been missing in my feeds. Huh. I put up this one before I left today. 'Cause did y'all see the thumbnail of this one? I was kinda cool, I thought. Put a little monkey in the driver's seat, and it was just like for passengers, and I put a question mark there because some people don't think you can have the passenger, but that according to the park terms of use, you can. Or in individual Walmarts, or one of ours anyway, you can't. So, don't make me over, Mr. Man. Don't uh-oh, what did I miss? I think I'm late. Better late than never. Don't make me over. I don't know. Did I miss something? Whoa, how come that new comments? Why is that not scrolling? Did I hit something? There you know. If y'all say something to me and I don't acknowledge it, um, yell at me. At least the first word, capitalize or something, say it again, 'cause, I might miss it. I really overlook things. I'm just a guy, what can I say? Kinda like if y'all listen to country music, Brad Paisley, I'm just a guy. Just finished my shift. I finished earlier. My mom's good, I think. Yeah, she was good earlier. I'm assuming she still is. They're trying to make Trump go broke. Yeah, they are, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Uh, one of the biggest tips is not to edit your own photos. He says to outsource that. Whoa, wait, what? What am I missing? I definitely missed something now. Oh, I've been watching a YouTuber that is a real estate photographer. He's got some great content for anyone wanting to get into it. Yeah, David Manning, I think he no, wasn't David Manning. It's another guy because yeah, anyway. One of the biggest tips is not to edit your own photos. He says to outsource that. I tend to agree with that, and the reason why is because for the time it takes to edit them, even on videos, you could be out there making more videos or taking more pictures. Sometimes, and be honest, I'm a long ways from it. I'm not anybody or anything, but sometimes on these reviews, I really do wish I had somebody else to help. Not necessarily 'cause I could be knocking these reviews out if I didn't have to stop and edit them, and this computer runs so slow. I hate to gripe about it, but I have figured out one thing. You have to wait till the files completely load and render and everything, and that may be the app, the program that I'm using. I guess they still call them programs, the app, whatever. Um, but once that loads and everything, I can go fix me something to eat, go to the bathroom, whatever, and come back, then it works okay. But anyway, I could be knocking out reviews if I had somebody else editing those reviews, and I could just rub them out, you know? So I get that. I'm like I said, I'm not a big shot, or I don't do enough at this time to need that, but I understand. 50 isn't that rough, was it? 50, yeah, well, the 50 is like a lot of the snipers used in Afghanistan and place. You can shoot through a concrete wall and it'll disintegrate. It'll take care of what's on the other side of that wall. Um, but it's a big gun. It may be the biggest handheld gun there is, the highest caliber. I could be wrong. There might be something bigger, but I have seen videos of it shooting through a concrete wall like this thick, and, it was, very, uh, obvious that the target was hit because of the splatters on the concrete wall behind or the mountain wall behind them that was in Afghanistan. There's some videos out there, but, nevertheless, it's a big wabbit gun. Wouldn't be no rabbit left. But yeah, you could shoot whatever. It would take down whatever you wanted. Elephants, buffaloes, airplanes, whatever. I've been studying petrified giants and animals before the flood. Fascinating. Stuff we don't hear about in history. Interesting. Hello, Mr. Brennan. Hello, Miss Lisa. Sh- Judah Barak. Brendan lost now. I'll stay lost. I'm kinda like lost and found in a border town looking for a diamond ring. My Bitcoin gains are paying my bills. That's good. I know Mushimo is into all that, and I guess he still makes money doing it. I think he takes a portion of his daily earnings and buys X amount of a percentage of his daily earnings. Solano, I think is what he was, but I don't know if he's still buying that one or not. So, I mean, it's legit stuff. I just haven't messed with it, I guess that's the next generation's stock market, you know? When I worked for the city here, you could take a percentage of your, um, four it wasn't a 401 with the city, it's like a 408 or something, but you could take a percentage of that and play with it, and that was kinda fun, and I guess in today's times, that's like doing Bitcoins. It's basically the same thing, I reckon. Oh, shock of the hour now. I mean, shock and awe. Eli Jones is the channel I've been watching. Eli, I would have to look on my Dirty Shoes Adventures channel, but I remember a guy named Eli, but I don't know if it's the same one. My Dirty Shoes Adventures videos, I got a ton of channels on there. 'Cause a lot of them was camping and van life and fishing and a lot of that. But a lot of them was on photography and how to build a YouTube channel and all that, and I spent a lot of time watching all that, you know? And just because you know how to dance does not mean you can dance. I'm that person. I know how you're supposed to dance. I know how you're supposed to move. I know all that. I can't do it. That's my sister. She told me a long time ago I didn't have the rhythm, and I don't. Of course, I think I had 2, 3 drinks, I think I got the rhythm, but I ain't got the rhythm. But yeah, I can watch I can I know how you're supposed to do it, but just what you're supposed to do and what happens is 2 different things. And I quit worrying about the analytics and all that. I don't just like that's what's bad is my, Grandpa's Random Reviews channel. I've almost got the watch hours to be monetized. I'm nowhere even close to enough subscribers, but 91% of the viewers are not subscribers. But it makes sense because if you're wanting to watch a review on a mouse, why would you want to subscribe to a channel that has a review about a little globe thing like that? Has nothing to do with each other. So I get that. It's not a narrowed down niche, and I kinda don't really wanna do a niche on specific channel. I mean, this one's kind of a niche specific, and Dirty Shoes Adventures is kind of niche, but specific, but I don't wanna do my review channel like that 'cause I don't care. I mean if I wind up getting it monetized, I got the watch hours, and then technically and this is a little a YouTube hint for anybody that's trying to build a channel, it does not once you get monetized, once you get that 1,000 subscribers, it does not matter how many subscribers after that. The subscribers don't pay the AdSense. The watch time hours do. So, like I said, 91% of my views come from non-subscribers. If I was monetized, can you imagine? You might have 10,000 subscribers on one channel, and your 1,000 subscriber channel can make twice as much as your 10,000 because the number of subscribers don't matter once you're monetized. Until you get monetized, it does matter. But once you hit that 1,000 and you get monetized, it don't matter. It's the watch time hours that you get, 'cause that's what pays the bills. Or throws the ads in there. Anyway, there's your little tidbit on YouTube. As they say, it is uh, I hate that when I have something in my mind and it just goes away. It's not a race, it's a marathon. That's it. It's a marathon, it's not a race. Do it because you enjoy doing it, not because you think you're gonna make a lot of money on it. Shalom. Are there many Hispanics where you live? Yeah, yeah, I would say so. Not like there is down in San Antonio and Austin and places like that, especially El Paso, but, well, we got a lot, you know? We don't you can go to Dallas and there's a lot of Middle Eastern people. There is some Middle Eastern people here too, but, you know, every I don't know. We I guess I live in a part of Texas where everybody's is pretty diverse. I mean, nobody, like, singles out any particular thing. Well, some people do. You're gonna have those. Let me take that back. Some people do single out Hispanics, Afghanis, whatever. They shouldn't, but they do. But overall, the majority of the people, everybody gets pretty much along as far as I can see, unless I live in a sheltered world. And maybe it's just my way of thinking because I don't care what color a person is or where they're from, makes me no difference. What makes me the difference is who they are on the inside, and that's what matters. I think the governor of Texas will be vice president. Yeah. He don't, in some situations, don't care what the federal government has to say because they're not the ones down here seeing the things going on that over there on our border. So more power to 'em. I back it 100%. Whataburger tastes really good right about now. You turned 51 this year, right? Me? Well, yeah, I'm assuming you're not talking to me because I'm past 51. I'll take 51 now. Anyway, I'm having to go back up, y'all, so I'm behind. I have around 210 on the books between 2 catering orders tomorrow so far, and delivered timely showed it's cool. Wow, 175 man, that's nice. I still wish I could get curry here. Maybe someday, and I guess it depends on the market. If and, as good as some of the orders I see Steve getting, and that don't mean I'm gonna get them, even if they had curry here. And I am not my mom said I had the package delivered today. She said that, a young lady and just a regular car delivered it. And for the life of I have checked on Amazon Flex here, and it's not here that I can tell, but it was coming from Amazon. Unless she was a UPS driver, and I have seen this happen before when I lived in Iowa Park, a little town outside Wichita Falls. I've seen the UPS drivers deliver stuff in their own vehicle because they got off work and they lived out there, and they said, "I'll just drop it off instead of driving all the way back out there, all the way back to the rooftop, and then turn around and go back." They just load that back and take it in their own car. That could be it, but man, I don't know if Amazon Flex are being good, but I'd sure like to have it in my phone to have another plan in case things go bad. Oil change, $120. Good lord. I know a 2020, what is it, 22 or 23 not Nissan, Rogue. It's $80, I believe, 75 or $80, but you have to do it there because of the warranties. Mine, for my oil changes, I think I pay 50 or 55. Oh, hello, can't dance. I can dance if I want to, I can meet this wolf behind. No, I couldn't dance my way out of a paper bag. That's a nice catering guy, it is. Howdy, howdy to you, Ron. Glad to see you. Look are running for it. Shorts, lots of shorts will get you the subs you need for the monetization. So maybe I should show a little cleavage. I can, you know, get me one of them push-up bras. Do they still make those? I don't even know if they still make those. Tell you what, this is the wrong channel anyway. Maybe I should do a review on a push-up bra. Maybe I could well, I'd probably get the wrong kind. No offense, anybody. No, let me just back off of that. It's common back in the day to have over 10 children. There wasn't much else to do back then. And back in the day, they also had a lot of farms. It's expensive to hire help, and if you got lots of kids, guess what? They are now your employees. My grandmother had 14 children, yeah, I can see that. You know, that's the way you kept the farm going back in the day. Have a short video that's going like, "Oh, yeah, you told me about that, 10,000 views, that's wild." Hopefully, you gain some subscribers out of that. Man, 11. Whoa, I'm way down here, way up here. Where am I? I have okay, that's normal. I've yet to have one hit like that. I'm going to start working on some shorts soon. YouTube will still delete your channel for what? What will they delete your channel? The one thing generating the high views is one of the dash cams of the road rage. Oh, yeah, yeah. New sub here. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Police targeting Uber drivers is a huge problem here in New York. Really? There's you a YouTube channel right there if you could catch some of that. But I don't know. You know, there's some channels out there that blast cops out, and there's a couple of them that will cuss a cop out and push them and just try to get them to arrest them so they can sue the city. That's totally wrong. There's a lot of good I would say there's a lot more good cops than there are bad cops. Unfortunately, there are bad cops, and there's no way around it. There is. Even in small towns, you may have 10 cops total, one of them is probably gonna be bad. You get a city like Wichita Falls, I don't know how many cops we have, but I'm sure there's probably 10 to 15 of them that are bad. I couldn't really get onto the cop that wrote me the speeding ticket. It aggravated me and was not happy with him, but he was doing his job, and I was speeding. I didn't try to deny it. I knew my speedometer or my cruise control was set at 83, and I knew I sped up so I could get over in front of some cars because I was fixing to exit, and I didn't wanna cut it too close. But it was a whole line of cars, so I had to slow down, cause a traffic jam to get over, so I chose to speed up, and he got me. I didn't see him, but I couldn't get mad at him, but the majority of the cops are cool. He's so determined to work harder this weekend. I'm gonna have to work hard this weekend, that's one thing. I haven't done much of anything, but I the last couple of days, I did get some reviews knocked out. Yeah, oh, I left them in the car. I got a review on, some solar eclipse glasses. They look like 3D glasses. They're little paper ones, and there's some plastic ones that clip onto eyeglasses, and I did the review last night, but they want pictures, and we've had nothing but clouds, so I can't finish that review. That'll be one tomorrow. Plus a big security camera and then a big, uh storage bin, a box over here that's supposed to, like, go on the patio or out by a pool. I'm gonna put it in the bedroom, throw some blankets in it, and call it good. Anyhow, I think police target all drivers in New York. Black beauty machine, there are too many beautiful women out here to be stressed on wash what what there are too many beautiful women out here to be a stressed on washed up one in the house and nagging all the time. Okay. Rowdy Piper. Oh, Rodney, wasn't it? Rowdy Rodney Piper? Wasn't that it? But I know who you're talking about. He was kind of blonde-headed, wasn't he? Short blonde hair, clean cut. Hulk Hogan. What you talking about, WWF or WWE? What is it now? Rowdy Roddy. Rowdy. Oh, did he? I didn't know. If y'all been for some reason, I'm getting news breaks. I mean, there's been like 4 or 5 wrestlers that have died in the last few months. I keep seeing posts that Hulk Hogan sad over losing his old partner, and, must be, something in the ring that is not good for people. I will say, we all know that it's fake. I do believe they might get mad at each other sometimes, but you take a guy that is buffed up and can do a somersault off the top rope and land on his feet. Those are some athletic people, man. There ain't nothing fake about that. You can't fake that one. Oh, porn stars are dying like that. Yeah, there was a young girl. Well, I say young. I think what was she in her mid-30s? They found her dead the other day. I can't remember what her name was, but I remember reading that. I think she was a porn star, and then uh, I guess she kinda retired from that, and she had, like, had a YouTube channel or some talk show or something, is the one I was reading anyway. Is that who I'm thinking of? I remember reading something about it. Sometimes I sit around at the Walmart parking lot waiting on orders. Not long. If I sit over 15, 20 minutes, then I'll move on, but I don't mind sitting 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Haven't died last month. Some people say that you shouldn't sit around and wait on orders, and my whole thing is and the reason why I quit doing it, 'cause I would have DoorDash on and Uber Eats on and Grubhub, and I'd be sitting in Walmart waiting on an order, and I would get a $6 DoorDash. I would Walmart where I sit, and you can go right across the street, and there's a lot of restaurants. I'll accept that DoorDash order, start heading over there, bam, $18 Spark order, or I go pick up the $6 order, and before I get in the car to go deliver it, the Walmart Spark order. Now, if you got a DoorDash or a Spark order after you picked up the DoorDash and was almost dropping off, it wouldn't be a big deal. But it seems like a lot of times, as soon as I accepted a DoorDash or something like that, I would get a good Spark order, and you can't, if I'd have just waited a few more minutes, I coulda got that, but it's a gamble. It's all a gamble. You just work it however it works best for you. You can a lot of people say multi-app, 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 and if all you're doing is food, yes, multi-app. But if you're doing, like, um, the Spark, and I'm assuming some of the other merchandise delivery apps, not necessarily food apps, everything's going to be dependent. Because very rarely do I sit and wait on an offer from Walmart. Now there's lots and lots of offers that I do not take because they're $8, 11 I'm not doing a shopping order for 11, $12. Ain't no way. I sure ain't doing it for and I seen some of these, content creators. I don't know who it was I was watching, and they was all about taking a $13 or $14 curbside pickup. They said, "Oh, man, yeah, I'll take that. It's only going a mile." And you can tell they probably were a DoorDash driver because you looked at the how many dollars per mile, and it makes sense. But when you start doing like Walmart, my unless they have like a maybe they have a super fast Walmart that gets that order out there and get it delivered and get back. But our Walmart, all 3 of them, you're looking at 45 minutes to an hour by the time you accept that order, get it loaded, get it delivered, and get back close to the Walmart. You're looking at 45 minutes to an hour. So whatever that offer is, if it was a $13 offer, you just made you about $12 in that hour because you gotta subtract your wear and tear, your gas, you got to do all that. I don't break it down. I'm not that technical, and I don't really care. I'll just go by the average. You take a dollar, dollar and a half off, and that'll cover it. But who in their right mind would take a $9 and $11 curbside pickup that you know is gonna take you 45 minutes to an hour? I just do not get people doing that. I'm not even gonna do a shopping order for that. And a shopping order, sometimes you can knock 2 out in an hour. I've done it. I've come close to knocking 3 out in an hour, but I say close, and that's only been like 2, 3 times. But anyway, that's the way I feel about that, but everybody can work it however they think that works for them. Sometimes I put my Dashing Grandpa video playlist, very calming, to go to for this little that. Oh, cool. Appreciate it. I don't know how common I am, but we can get down and talk calm and talk about the weather and sing songs and sit around the campfire. We need to sit around the campfire, man. I'm so ready to go camping and fishing. Like the crappie are supposed to be in 4 foot of water. Yep, and a lot of well, probably not that many fisher people here. So, but the person I was reading on, it was all males, a couple of females in there. So I guess it's a pre-spawn. And one thing, I fished all my life, and I know the female comes in, lays eggs, the male takes care of them and tends to them, fans them, everything, guards them. The female disappears. But I guess apparently the male comes in and gets the bed ready for the female. I didn't realize that part, but apparently they do because the males are getting caught right now. So they're coming up, getting the beds ready, and the females will come in and lay their eggs. I didn't realize that, and I should have because, like I said, I've been fishing my entire life. I just didn't really think about that, but I knew the males took care of it afterwards. But anyway, but they were at 4 foot of water. I'm ready to go camping this weekend. Anyway, that's why I don't go to Spark Orders unless it's wow, man, you know how long it's been I watched somebody commented on an old Spark video the other day, and I was going because they said that, it wasn't, detailed enough because I didn't do screenshots. I mean, verbally, I said what I was doing, and then they might I mean, they they had valid point, but I saw some of the screenshots of the offers that I was getting, and that was 2 years ago. And they were $25 offers, 18, $25 offers. You don't hardly see them anymore here. 17 to 22, every once in a while, you might see one that's that high, but the 90 well, probably 80%, 75 to 80% of the offers that you see on Spark now are $8 to $11, and they go just like that. And matter of fact, um with the bots they're running. Oh, and the terms of use does mention the bots. That one I'm kinda on the border about if because kinda like Gary's app, uh, Max Maximo, it doesn't really go into the app. It more or less sees what you would see, and it reacts to it. It just does it instantly. It filters, and I don't know. But obviously, people here are using that or an app like that because all you see is, uh, your notice right up here. never populates the screen, doesn't even flash. It just pops up there for that quick and it's gone. You get the notification, but you don't ever see anything. And it doesn't matter if you're on Walmart's Wi-Fi, if you're on my Wi-Fi here at home, it happens everywhere, so it's not because of, your internet's slow or whatever, which I get that. Brandon got a radio voice for AM, I can hear it. WKRP in Cincinnati. I'm late. Late for a very important date. No time to say hello. I don't do sports anymore. That's pretty much my primary thing. I did do a DoorDash last week, made me 9 whopping dollars for 1 order because the other 2 orders while I was on there wasn't worth taking. But, I have noticed in the last couple of weeks, now I don't know what the deal is with, DoorDash, but in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that I can click on it and let's see if it does it now. Yeah, Dash Now. You know how mi it's been a year since you've been able to just randomly do that. No specific times, I'm not talking about lunchtime, dinner time. Everybody knows that's the time that you should look, but it's been a year since I've been able to just at a random times hit hit the DoorDash and it says Dash Now. I don't know if they've a lot of people in this market has quit DoorDashing or if they've just started letting more people sign on to the app and that way nobody gets an order. I loved I wouldn't say I loved it, but used to Grubhub when they were good here, they capped the number of drivers in each market, but and you got good orders, all of them. You could pretty much all day long do Grubhub orders, but then they did like everybody else and uncapped it and started putting everybody on, lowered the base pay, lowered everything because they know if they get enough drivers, that order's gonna be getting picked up, and I wish they would go back to that. I don't foresee that because it wouldn't make sense for them as a business. If you can get something delivered for a dollar and a half, $2, why would you pay $12? Makes no sense. But that's you cheap. Leslie Brathwaite is T. Samara Doppelganger. Wasn't that a movie the other day? Doppelganger? Is that I think there was a weird it was a name like that that, uh, maybe my mind's thinking, but it was a movie about, the guy that come up with the, atomic bomb. It was I know Einstein or was it Einstein? One of them had a little to do with it, but this guy it was supposed to be a true story. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a year since the last time I dashed. Yeah, uh, I still got my or not copyright strike, my, what you call 'em? Contract violation. I still have a contract violation, and that was over a year ago. What is it? You gotta do 50 to erase one? So I haven't done DoorDash. It's crazy. YouTube put Brandon in the doghouse. My comment's not working either. Looks like YouTube is shadow banning you. Face Off with John Travolta with Nick Cage. That was a good movie. Oppenheimer. Is that oh, that was that movie? Yeah, that might have been it. That was close. 4 contract violations. How many does it take to get, deactivated? I've never I guess it depends on what the contract violation is, huh? I still have a contract violation as well. I got mine for a late delivery or late pickup or something, one of 'em, and I knew I did it when I did it. I was multi-apping, and instead of delivering the DoorDash first, I delivered the Uber Eats first, and that put me late. Oh, it was delivered yeah, it was after I picked it up, so it was delivering it late, and I knew it. I no use in arguing it. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I got no problem admitting when I'm wrong. May not like it, and it may not make the people happy or the person or the boss or whatever happy, but I'm not gonna lie about it. If I'm guilty, I'm guilty. Learn, move on. Let's see, have a contract, 100 to erase a contract violation. I thought, "Oh, is it 100?" Well, it might be. Man, I'll never get that off within well, I'm not gonna say never. My dad always said, "Never say never," and he's right. He said, "There's some very random chatter in the chat." Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. I'm just kinda breezing through it. I don't know why I'm, in the doghouse with you 2, but, anyway, trolls. Hey, it's, what do they call it? Interaction. So, as long as, they can say all that they want, I mean, that's fine with me as long as we keep it civil, not to be bashing anybody, calling no names and saying some bad things. I figure if you got kids and if you wouldn't want your kids reading something, then don't put it out there. I'm good with pretty much everything. George Strait and lemonade on the front porch tonight. Not on my front porch, man. It got cool after that little rainstorm. It dropped down to like 52 or 53, but I was wet too, so that didn't help any. And what's bad is when you put your rain jacket on and you get I hear a siren. There's a nursing home right down the road, man. They get a lot of ambulances, but, my butt was wet. I had to do a shopping order, and I was walking through Walmart, and I'm like, "That just really feels weird." But it's from sitting down in the car seat, and that's where the water on the jacket goes. 56 here right now? Ooh, which one? 57. There we go. 57 in Wichita Falls. Looks like we're gonna have clouds all night. Hopefully the sun will pop out. The sun oh, yeah, the sun is gonna pop out tomorrow. Okay, I'll be able to finish that review. Popped out behind a cloud today. I had just got on one of the main roads here in Wichita Falls, nowhere to pull over because I needed to get a picture. They want a picture looking through those solar eclipse glasses, and by the time I got pulled over, I took a picture, but it didn't come out. There's a cloud had started kinda covering the sun back up, and I banned no one. Get wise is banning people. No, I haven't seen anybody say anything unless I'm not seeing it. I guess you would see everything on, uh, StreamYard, 'cause I got YouTube opened or yeah, YouTube opened up over there, like y'all can see. I got YouTube opened up on that monitor over there. Hey, I'm looking directly at myself. Look at that. Yeah, I wish I didn't have that. What do they call it? Lymphedema, 'cause all my we call it, we call the things that, help prevent you from getting lymph nodes. Bunch of them, a whole lot of them, all gone, and lymph nodes also distribute the body water fluids, and, without them, it goes somewhere, and that's where it went. Of course, I had a little bit of one anyway, but it used to be a double chin instead of a turkey neck. Ain't nothing good about cancer and all that crap. We have some snow coming. Wow, man. I watched, oh, man, I forgot his name. Santa Claus looking guy for if you watch, uh, about camping and all that, uh, he's one of the big YouTube channels that does all that. He's usually out in, BLM land out in Arizona. I forgot his name, but anyway, he was talking about, people that die while they're out camping, and he was talking about, even in March, when you're, like, in Oregon and places like that up in the mountains, that you can have freaking snowstorms coming in because your GPS doesn't work right up there, and it'll show you a shortcut over the mountains, and people will get up in there, and he had several names on there that people just died. They would go up there, and then most of the time, they would leave their vehicles and try to walk out because they couldn't drive out. Anyway, what's the 411, huh? 14 wait. If you're manning, I just lurk and not talk. I don't nobody's banning nobody. So, see, that's how crap gets started. Somebody says banned, and who's banning? It ain't nobody banning. Group of migrants storm El Paso border guards. Mm, you know how many if y'all really wanna know what's really going on down well, in, Arizona's places, I haven't seen it on the Texas border yet, but there's some, legitimate YouTube people out there that do documentaries on the border, and you're not gonna get the real stories on TV because of things that can't be put on TV because of censorship. And even the only authorities like your border patrol, your state police, none of them can say anything. Your county sheriff's department is not, under that clause. They can speak. So there's a couple of YouTubers I've watched, and, uh, there's a lot of things that people have brand new shoes on, and the news wants you to think that they've traveled 1,000 miles walking and through all this to get across, and finally made it. That's a bunch of that's not true. They fly into the airports right there by the border, then they hire the cartel to bring them over there, and the cartel gives them a cell phone. As soon as they get across, they call the border patrol. "Come pick us up." Wear brand new shoes. They throw all their IDs, they throw their money out because if they have money, then the federal government won't give them money. So if they don't have any money, the federal government gives them a spending card. So, mm, and it's not the Mexicans either. A lot of people wanna say, "Oh, people just don't like it because of the Mexicans." It's not Mexicans. They had Russians, they had Chinese, they had Filipinos. The IDs and the money is from all over the world. You know, the Hispanic people have been coming across the border for many, many years. When I was young, a lot of the farmers and ranchers and oil field people, they hired them. They come over, they work, they made money, and they sent it back home to take care of their families. 90% of them are good people. You know, it don't matter where you're from, you're gonna have some bad ones. But man, that's just I don't know. I should just shut up because we shouldn't be getting political on any of this because it's not everybody agrees, and I don't want to disagree, and everybody has a right to their own opinion and their own thought. All I'm saying is before you form an opinion and before you start spreading crap, do just some research. Don't just like the people on that Facebook group and Reddit and stuff talking about Walmart just gonna ask drivers their names and their address. That's not true. I mean, I guess they could, but that's not the new terms of use. The new terms of use is they can physically check the driver's license, and if it doesn't match the name that's on that app, you don't get the order. Has nothing to do with and people just they don't study it. They just read part of it or they just go by what somebody else said, and that person didn't read it. So, just do your own research, and I'm sure most everybody here does, but, there's people that don't. Anyway, y'all, that's my little rant on that couple of things that I shouldn't be ranting on. I don't even think it snowed here this year. It got cold. We got down in single digits, but we didn't get below 0. We didn't have much of a winter at all, and it's springtime now. Bluebonnets are bloomed. If y'all have bluebonnets in your area and you're a city slicker, be careful when you go through the bluebonnet out in the country because rattlesnakes like to and probably copperheads too. I'm not Copperheads are not big in this area, so I'm not real familiar with them, but rattlesnakes definitely will get into the bluebonnet because they're a taller grass that can grow that cannot be cut down, and that it's like us getting under a tree. Keeps them cool. So be careful if you pretty much rattlesnakes are everywhere, I guess. But I don't know how far bluebonnets grow up north. I don't know. All I know is if when down here, once you see the mesquite trees blooming, it's summertime. There is not gonna be another freeze. I've never I've always heard that. I've never seen it in all my days, a freeze after a mesquite tree has bloomed. Could be wrong, but I've never seen it and I've never heard of it. So that's kind of Blue Montshade Springs here, but it can still freeze. But mesquite trees don't lie. Maybe there's some trees in your neck of the woods that are similar to that, but I am so ready for it, y'all. Forget that I had a flannel shirt on, that's how cool it got today. A lot of it is because it's rain-cooled air. Nothing severe, and severe weather is something, and since most of us are gig drivers, and y'all watch the weather. I know Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, pretty much everywhere, you gotta worry about tornadoes, and we're into that getting into that season. So y'all be careful out there in the hailstorms. I would advise finding some spots that you could go ahead of time. Find them now, don't wait. Anyway, they say that about pecan tree down here. Mine was a little buds. Now, really, well, y'all are gonna warm up quicker down there, but yeah, I haven't there's quite a few palm trees up here I haven't noticed, and I was just at Lucy we have a big park named Lucy it's called Lucy Park. A lot of pecan trees there, but, laws made everybody leave. I don't think anybody made anybody leave. They probably just got bored and went to go jump on somebody else's live stream. And, I don't care for that because and really, the algorithm is picking up, uh, people interaction. And if you gotta have interaction to make YouTube think that people are interested, and they may be talking about Buck Owens or Jesse Jesse's girl. It don't matter. As long as they talk. That's wh if somebody might makes bad comments on your YouTube if you have a YouTube channel, don't sweat it if I mean, if it's something that you needed to remove it, but don't sweat it if they're just running their mouth and not saying anything, like, really bad, because YouTube picks that up and they can even give you a thumb I don't even know if you can do a thumbs down anymore, thumbs down, thumbs up makes no difference. It's interaction, and that's what the, algorithm looks at. Yeah, I don't think anybody ran anybody off. They just got bored. Probably because we won't feed into them. There's some and that could have been one person on 2 or 3 different accounts. They got one on their phone, one on one computer, one on a laptop, one on a tablet, and they have a whole conversation with one another, and they're all one person. I don't need all that. I can have 4 or 5 conversations with one person just right here. I don't want to get man my comments not working anyway. I don't ain't nobody banning nobody. Hopefully, everyone hits the like button. Yeah, if y'all wanna hit the like button, go for it. You call them trolls. Uh-oh, they got their feelings hurt. Uh-oh. Bad Tim, bad Tim. I'm joking, man. No, I don't care. Let the rain fall. I don't know. I was gonna say something. Let it be, let it be. Yeah, I stopped talking to why? Y'all get talk away, keep it talking, man. As long as y'all are saying something, I don't feel like I'm sitting it's when I'm sitting here trying to think of something to say and nobody's saying anything. And I'm, what can I say now? And you don't wanna have dead air and not have nothing because can you imagine if you was watching a video and the person in the video just stops and just click, I'm out of there that quick. 10 seconds, I'm done. You gotta keep it going with something, and it may be totally and I am very random, y'all all know that, you know? It may be a ambulance going down the road, I'm gonna talk about that, a squirrel in here, but you gotta keep it rolling. Yeah, I stopped talking to man, no, y'all talk like I said, if you can well, I don't know if that's a good example anymore because I have seen some parents at Walmart that are cussing and acting like fools, and the kids are acting like it, the parents are acting like it, and they both, like, compete with each other at how filthy they can talk. I don't get that. No respect. Luckily, most people still matter or still care. So, I'm still gonna stick with it, and maybe I'll be dead and gone before it's irrelevant anymore, but if you can't say if you don't feel like something is appropriate to say in front of your children or your parents, then don't say it, especially, on a live stream. On some people's live stream, they can say whatever, but, I watch a couple live streams and they have no filters. And there's nothing against them, that's just the way they are, and that's the way it is, and I got nothing against it, and I'll watch 'em. I just I'm what did I miss? Apple phone calls? I don't know what that is. I know what apples are, I know what phones are, and I know who Santa Claus is. Does that count in terms of use? I have no idea what we're talking about there, but, anyhow, uh, we can talk about the races, we can talk about the golf carts, but anyway, yeah. When I look at it, if you have respect for yourself, you know, and try to be nice, and everybody I have never, knock on wood, I have not had anybody really get hateful with anybody. I mean, everybody's pretty cool in sport terms of use. Uh, wait. Um, Apple phone. Are you asking if like an iPhone is better than another phone? I'm not getting that. Tim, I believe, and he can correct me gig-wise, had better I think what was it last year you was talking about that? That the iPhone was no? But the iPhone would pick up the or get the orders quicker than your Android. I think they was going through some server changes. I don't remember. I think that was last year you were talking about that. Well, Pam, I'm sorry. I'm missing what was our Palm? Palm is it Palm or Pam? No. If you have a question, there is a new Apple phone clause in the new Spark terms of use. Heard that, yes, and now I'm hearing it with Curry as well. Oh, I don't remember. Well, let's just look real quick. How am I getting this? I must have accidentally clicked on maps or something. What is why is a referral code? What is going on here? Y'all look at this. I'm getting this stuff popping. Can you see it? Welcome, Brandon. Let's get started. What is going on with my Spark? View your area pickup. Here, you can check the stores. View delivery area. I don't know the delivery area. There are 13 pickup locations. No, there's not. Not that I know of. Okay, X out of that. Welcome, Brandon. I'm done. Enter code. Enter referral code. Well, let's just skip that. Let's get started. That was weird. They must be doing some updates now because that wasn't on there earlier. So if y'all get some weird stuff, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. I wished I could have brought it up here and we could have looked at it together. So if y'all get that, we're gonna try to get the Syntax app. Not too sure if it's in your market. It couldn't hurt. Try. Yeah, but I don't know why I'm getting a referral code. Why they're asking for a referral? I've been on Spark for 3 years, 4 years. I don't know how long. Um, that was just weird. I don't know what they're doing. Uh, what was it you were saying about an Apple phone? I do remember something about that, but I don't remember what it was because I don't have an Apple phone, so I didn't. It used to, you could look at these terms of use really quick, but since they've added so much to it now, sometime arrival, I'm just kinda scanning for the word Apple. Customer service, vehicle standards. What probably has to do with your device, delivery completion, passengers, your Spark app, compliance, you agree, securing privacy, criminal acts, discrimination, harassment. I guess that one was one of them retaliation and harassment. Maybe that's why both of those guys got fired from Walmart. They got into a fight. I do know that you have to have I remember devices and supplies. You're responsible for your. Let's see. I know the newer versions of the Spark app use more battery than the old version. I never got any kind of notifications up until about the last 2 versions, and they use more battery. I remember something quite a now that you mentioned that, I do remember something quite a while back about something about Apple, but I don't remember what it was, and I'm not this is something and device operational safety. iPhones also didn't repeatedly refresh the order screen like Androids. I'm on the waiting list for Simpacks here. You know what? I better well, I don't remember, uh, I don't know what it is about Apple. Uh, okay, here's the things on the box. Use any robot, bot, spider, site search, retrieval application, or other manual or automatic device to send, intercept, retrieve, index. Retrieve would be what we get it. Scrape data, mine, or otherwise gather any Walmart data or reproduce, circumvent the navigational structure. That means just what they call that? A GPS. Uh, it sends the wrong signal, makes it look like you're in the parking lot, but you're 10 miles away. Spoofer, GPS spoofer. I know they got apps that does that, and they also have apps that will uh, block Wi-Fi signals or cell signals if you sitting out in the parking lot and not using Walmarts. If somebody is running that, it will block your cell service. They've had that around for years, and there's businesses that used to use that inside the business to keep their employees off their cell phones. I do know that one. Yeah, spoofer, yeah, the GPS spoofers. Well, I don't I'm not seeing anything on Apple, but I remember last year, year before, or sometime I remember seeing that in there. May I wonder if maybe if I'm thinking right, it had to do with Apple is the app was being created on Apple device, and that something to do with that, and then they get it working, and then they adapt it into Android. But I don't remember. Spoofing is the only way to combat bots. Yeah, they do have bots. Mm, I don't wanna argue, but yes, they do have bots. There are bots, and they automatically they filter, and if you put in the amount that you will accept from and you won't accept anything under this amount, so it won't accept it, but anything above that, it'll automatically accept it, and that's a bot, and they do have them. Yeah, and there's people yeah, jammers, they are jamming phones, yep. Yeah, that is the cell service. Yeah, because I know there was a couple of businesses in Wichita Falls that was doing that. I can't believe that about jamming phones. I've noticed with several Walmarts in my market, when I get in the lot, I lose my signal. Yeah, there are apps that will do that. I'm not saying they are well, that filter is more like what's, Gary's app, that Maximo? I didn't never really use Clara, and I didn't use, that other app that Gary had because I just did, it was just set up for DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub, or ju no, it was just set up for Uber Eats and Grubhub, and I think his other app was for, DoorDash. Yeah. Well, that's why a lot of people will try to get on Walmart's Wi-Fi because they can't block that one, but there are people doing it. I don't know that they're doing it here, but I do know they're running bots here because you can see it. It's not rocket science how that works. And, well, the way Parra worked originally was a little shady, but they fixed that, they're not doing that now. because they was actually going into the back door of DoorDash and getting the information before it came out. But with, like, Gary's app and probably these Spark bots, they're really not going into the system. They are just as they immediately detect the offer and filter it and accept it or let it go before you even get a chance to see it, which is really cool if you think about it, but my mind thinks hacking is really cool, real hacking, not getting somebody's password and stuff. I mean, talking about old school, really hacking, getting into somebody's computer. I always thought that was cool, but not in a bad way, but it was just neat how that worked. Back in the day, all you had you have your, forward slashes, all you had to do is put the backward slashes and boom, you could get right into things. But you can't. I mean, they fixed that years ago, so no one even it won't work now, but you can rename the network to the same name as what works. Hmm. Mm. So you think you're still connected and not. Oh, real oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess I don't know. That would be pretty wild. There's our thing here, and I had heard about it before, and, talking about the groups working together on the illegal account, and unfortunately, even as small as Wichita Falls is, I've seen it in our what the main Walmart we have here. You can see somebody standing up front with a cart loaded of sacked up groceries, and they sit there, and they've got their phone, and then you see them go out into the parking lot, they unload into a vehicle, and then you can sit there 'cause I sit in Walmart parking lot, and I'll go in and go to the bathroom. Sometimes I go in the one Walmart's got a Subway, I go in there and get me one of them little pizzas. You know, you're not getting up in people's you just notice things, and they'll go out in the parking lot, unload their car, and, or unload their cart into a vehicle. That vehicle leaves, that same person goes back in Walmart and starts shopping again. Pretty good system. It's not right, and it's not legal, but it's a pretty good system. You know, if you're a husband and a wife, whoever's the fastest shopper, that's the one that does the shopping. I can use probably gonna be the female, I don't know, but, you could get, say, the husband does the delivery, and he's got his phone in, and, she's got a phone that's got a order on it, a shopping order, and she's shopping it. He gets that one delivered. He starts coming back up there. He gets an order. Then as soon as he gets there, they load up the car, switch phones. He takes her phone. She takes his. Just a cycle. Thing is, there's groups of people. It's not just husbands and wives. Because there's a couple of people here that I know, really nice people that don't do that. They just work together, and but it's the 5 and 6 people and more of groups, and the biggest group I've seen is 4. That 4 of 'em I've seen all interact with each other, uh, and Wichita Falls is little, so can you and you read all this on Reddit, you hear about it, it's true, it happens, 'cause it's crazy, and that is why Walmart's doing or Walmart and Smart is starting to check IDs. It will help for a while until they figure out how to get around that, because they will, 'cause there's too much money to be made for them not to do it. How long it'll take, I don't know, but every little thing helps, it just slows it down, gives us a chance to make some money. Every phone broadcasts its MAC address that are apps that work the Wi-Fi jammers, they turn off everyone else's connection except theirs, yeah. That's my understanding how those work, and obviously, you know how they work. I knew they had them. I didn't know exactly how if they worked off the MAC address, that's cool. See, to me, that's cool. I mean, it's a bad thing, but the science, the work, the technology behind it is just cool. How things can get done. And I would like the hacking thing. I never the only thing I ever did, and we used to be in the chat rooms, and I would put notepads because you could open get in their computer and open up a program, and I'd open up a notepad. You might check your firewall, just being funny. Of course, there was one going around there for a while. You could open their CD-ROM, on your desktops where they had the CD-ROM. You could open their CD-ROMs, and you could flip their screens. It was cool. That was more of a program that you could do. It wasn't actually hacking where you could go in there. You coulda went in there and really jacked somebody's computer up, but that's evil. That's no fun. Just be fun. Be nice. 8 to 10 people per store. Wow. Yeah, I know yeah, well, a lot of I've been hearing a lot of people talking about it being, what's that nationality? Venezuelan mafia, what I hear people referring it to. I don't know how you could tell if somebody I couldn't tell you if they was from Venezuela or if they was from Yucatan or Cuba. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Well, yeah, Venezuelan. I couldn't tell the difference, but, that's what everybody's saying. And I did read that, the Venezuelan, government has said that the, uh, crime rate is dropping. I guess because they're all coming up to the States. I don't know. If they come up here and come across legally and do everything legally, like I said earlier, I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you're from. It's the person inside that makes the difference. It's not I got nothing against anybody for where they're from or whatever. It's the person that makes them who they are. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, speak zero English. When I was younger, our biggest thing was we was having the Middle Easterns from India coming over, and they got some harassment. I worked at a big welding shop, and a lot of the folks would get really upset with them because they would all speak in their language and they wouldn't speak English. So naturally, the rednecks out there thought they're talking bad about us, and it caused a confrontation or two. Uh, I don't know. It's a different world now. Now people are coming here from everywhere and then wanting us to change our laws to give them respect for their culture, but if they had so much for their culture, then why did they leave their culture to try to make us accept their culture, you know? We are number 1, well, I don't know, I mean, we're a desired nation to be in because of our culture, but if people keep coming over and trying to change our culture, we no longer have that culture. You're making it just like back home, and you're oh, what a tangled web we weave. Yeah, I agree, Tim. I'm gonna have to get out of here too. Gotta head to bed. Oh, man, I ain't gotta head to bed, but I don't wanna do that security camera. That's gonna be too much detail. But I am gonna do the storage box over here. Anyway, thanks for coming by, Mr. Tim, and we will talk to you later. Have a wonderful evening or a wonderful night, wonderful day, whatever. See Well, what syntax? I'll have to scroll back up. Mr. Womble, if you can send me a message with that app that he was talking about, syntax? That way what I was gonna do a while ago is open up a notepad and write it down so I could remember. Anyway, I get sidetracked and I forget about I don't even know how far back up it was. But anyway, if you can send me a message and with that name, I'll save it. 1 p.m. I have to go now. 11:01, I need to go too. Man, I've been running my mouth for 2 hours, y'all. Why didn't y'all tell me to shut up? Okay, I appreciate it. Alright, I'm outta here, y'all. Uh, I gotta get a little work done and, call it a night. I guess I'm gonna have to bring my camera in here and make sure you do not give or ask for personal information. Man, Amazon is bad about catching your little bitty things. Anyhow, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming by, appreciate the conversation, and, thank you. Uh, all that thanks for coming by, y'all. Y'all keep dashing, dancing, prancing, doing keep going like this, like smiling. Maybe is that what I used to say? Y'all keep smiling? Yeah, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you wanna do. Just keep doing something because 'cause you're gonna get three-headed like that right there. If you don't do nothing and fat and lazy like I was getting, I'm trying to get better. Anyway, don't, what was that song that "Don't let the old man in"? Don't even give me a chance. Keep on the move. You gotta slip out the back, Jack, and make a new plan, Stan. Anyhow, I'm gonna make a plan to get this done, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all have a wonderful night, and thanks for coming by. I'm gonna get live stream, and I'm gonna go bam. Bye, y'all.